Hello YouTube, it's your boy Nathan coming to you to do another recap video. Today we are talking 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 Days, Season 6, Episode 9, The Big Chill. Now, before we get into the recap, I had promised you guys a live video for this recap, but due to the severity of this episode, I decided to postpone that to 2 weeks from now on August 13th. That will be my first live video due to the severity of this episode. And I'm just now getting over it right now on how sad and depressing this episode was. And there was just no way I could do my first live video on how this episode went. So with that being said, we're just going to get right onto it. And the reason we're going to start with why this episode was so sad. And I'm going to start with David and Sheila. So right out the gate, production had gotten a call saying something had happened at Sheila's house. Now, last week, David got to meet Sheila's mom and dad and son and everything. And, they gave him the cold shoulder and stuff. And he had to sleep on the ground. We felt bad for Sheila's living conditions and everything. This episode, right out the gate, production had gotten a call. Oh man, I'm still a little shaken up by it. Production got a call saying something happened at Sheila's house. So they get there, everybody's outside, Sheila's crying, and then we see a casket. Sheila's mom passed away. And see, this is even hard for me just to do it like this. Sheila's mom passed away. Apparently, they said that she took a fall, and there were some nails, fell on some nails when she fell, and it happened like 4 or 5 in the morning. Nobody knew, and when they woke up, and she was gone, and they saw her just lying there dead. And that's just sad. He literally just met Sheila's mom the night before, and the next day she's gone. So, Sheila's basically depressed, sad, crying. David was really there to comfort her and everything, support her. She just wanted to be alone. They had the funeral, and, Sheila's just she just said David's been comforting her, supporting her, but she just wants to be alone. And I just felt so bad. This is why I couldn't do it live. See, you can tell my voice right now, it's even hard for me doing this because I'm still not fully over it. The severity of that. That's just, rest in peace, Sheila's mom. At the end of the episode, they did it in memory of her name. Her name was a little hard to pronounce, but yeah, this happened last year in 2022 when this was filmed, and everything. But still, that just kind of tore me up a little bit, and that's why I couldn't do a live video on this episode. So that's why I'm postponing it to 2 weeks from now. So yeah, that was David and Sheila. Next couple I want to talk is Statler and Dempsey. So Statler and Dempsey revealed something sad too. She said she lost a family member at age 19 due to carbon monoxide poisoning. So it's just damn, one bad news after another. This episode, Statler and Dempsey, they're staying at Statler's place, at Dempsey's place. And Statler wants to move there, but she doesn't want to move into Dempsey's house because it's kind of small and it's kind of cold and stuff and everything. So this episode, they wake up, Dempsey goes out and gets some farm stuff and leaves Statler behind. They come back and then they go out. They go out to this bar and meet with one of Dempsey's friends, male friends, and told the guy their story and how they met and everything, and how Statler has a thing for English girls and stuff and everything. And he asked the question, well, she was just in Thailand, so how did y'all do when she was in Thailand? And she's like, not that great. So later they go back home and start cooking dinner. And Statler brings up when Dempsey was in Thailand. And when Dempsey was in Thailand, she said she had didn't have much Wi-Fi, and the communication was gone. Was not the greatest. So Statler felt really insecure. She was just like, were you cheating on me? Like, were you with other people? And Dempsey's like, no, I don't cheat or anything. I've been cheated on before. I don't cheat. Like, it's crazy for you to think that. But then Dempsey's smart. She flipped it back on her. Have you ever cheated on somebody? And then Statler was just like, yeah, once. And she was like, there you go. I never cheated and everything. Then Statler actually started crying because, Statler, as goofy as she is, she's been through a lot. She's been adopted, been through a lot of heartbreak, and it explains the way she is, And I do want to point out one funny thing. Right before Dempsey left to go to do her farm stuff, she started saging the room and stuff. You know how people like to do the sage to burn off some energy. Well, she aimed towards Statler's private area and her rear end, and for some reason, I never used to believe in that, but until I saw this, now I'm a believer with that. When she was aiming towards Statler's private area and rear end, the smoke was getting heavier. And Dempsey says, Statler, I need to sage you because you've been through a lot. As you can see, look at the smoke, how it's getting heavier and stuff in that area for you. And she's like, Statler's like, whoa, I think you're enjoying this a little too much, basically, and stuff. But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah. They had a conversation while they were making dinner. They're having a vegan meal and stuff. And Statler started crying because it takes a lot for her to trust somebody and everything. And she really wants to move in with Dempsey, but she has to meet the dad first. So they'll meet the dad next week. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, that was Statler and Dempsey. Next couple I want to talk is Gina and Jasmine. So Gina and Jasmine, after therapy, they decided to go out. It's Jasmine's sister's birthday. But prior to that, they go to a ring shop to get another engagement ring. And they get into an argument because Jasmine apparently lost her engagement ring, so they were trying to get a new one. And Gino agreed to get her one. So they get to the ring shop and everything, and then they just start talking about Jasmine coming to America. And Jasmine was like, Gina, you need to get a lawyer. Like, this is taking forever. I've been waiting too long. And Gina's like, I'm not getting a lawyer. I'm not getting a lawyer. And then Jasmine flipped out and she was like, you don't want me to come to the United States, do you? And he was like, you know what? If you want to get a lawyer, you pay for it. And then she was like, oh, it's all about the money and stuff. So they get into a big fight in front of the cashier at the ring shop. And he was like, I'm not buying you a ring and everything. So that conversation just took a turn for the worse. And so they decided, well, you know what, it's Jasmine's sister's birthday. They decided to go out. They go out on the street and everything, and they went for this kind of ride, go-kart ride and everything. And they had a weird conversation. They were talking about their intimate life in front of the sister, and the sister did not want to hear that and everything. But, they put their differences aside. Then they got to this little restaurant. And Gina apparently snuck away and found another ring shop and got her a little promise ring. And she was happy about that. And Jasmine was like, I can't put the blame on Gina so much. I got to do work on things. But this is really nice that he did this for me. So, And I'm just like, they just go from one extreme to another. One minute they're happy, next minute they're fighting, then they're happy. It's just like, can't make up their mind. So yeah, that was Gina and Jasmine. I'm not going to spend too much time on them. Hold on one second, guys. So anyway, yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, that was Gina and Jasmine. Next couple I want to talk is Riley and Violet. So Riley and Violet, remember last week we left them off with with Riley's sister friend, like telling Violet like why were you still in the app, and then Riley flipped out on her, and then she flipped out and she stormed off. This episode they were not together. Riley, blocked her. He sent her a message. She sent him a message, and they blocked each other. But Riley's kind of regretting his actions. He's like, maybe I shouldn't have acted that way in public in a foreign country. Duh. Duh. Violet met with her daughter, and they went out dress shopping just to de-stress a little bit and everything. And the daughter told Violet, he's like, you guys are both adults, y'all need to work it out, basically. So Riley, he decides to go out on a night of town. He met with his tour guide, and they go on a motorcycle, and he goes and he takes a tour all around town in Vietnam. Vietnam's a beautiful country. The city that they're in, really beautiful, really historic things there. So he goes on a tour there, and he talks to the tour guide. He told the tour guide what happened, and the tour guide was basically like, that conversation could have been a little bit better if it was an actual family member, not someone who's like family, but realistically a family member. And he was like, yeah, I know. So the tour guide is like, Riley, she should have blocked you and everything, So, that was just basically it, like Riley regrets his decision, and he said he'll unblock Violet to see if she'll talk to him and stuff and try to work it out, so yeah, I don't know how that relationship could be salvageable, because me personally, I think they're both at fault. I think they both are like playing games. Riley has a temper, and Violet has this thing where she don't feel like she needs to answer to anybody and stuff. So it makes me think that she might be hiding something. Maybe that Riley's suspicions are true. So I'm not sure, but I think they're both kind of at fault here. So, like, not in the situation of what Riley's sister friend did, but just in general on how their relationship is going. So yeah, that was it for Riley and Vi. And last couple I'm going to talk is Christian and Cleo. So Christian and Cleo, we didn't see them last week. A couple weeks ago, they went out. Remember, Cleo's transgender and autistic. She has like social anxiety, and when they were out at the bar, he started talking to this other group of people and made her uncomfortable. This episode, she called him out about that and everything, and he's like, I don't want to make you feel like you're rejected and everything. So, they're out to eat. They go out to eat, having dinner and stuff. They go back to Cleo's place, and, they play this virtual video game and everything. And then they started talking about intimacy. And they're intimate, obviously Christian has some apprehension because, he's never been with a trans woman before, anatomy-wise. So he told Cleo, like, usually I want to make the girl needs to make the first move, or else I don't do nothing. And Clea was like, I don't buy that. You know, you have all these girlfriends and everything, and make it all. You mean not making the first move? Like, come on now. So they just went to bed and everything. But judging by the previews of next week's episode, there must have been he must have did something wrong. This must have been a scandal, because we seen Clea crying and everything, and I read the description about there was some kind of lies going on. So I don't know. Christian is, you know, I was pulling for Christian, but he's doing some shady stuff, and I'm not liking it. So, you know, that was just that. So anyway, guys, that's it. This wasn't a big review. We didn't see Amanda and Rosvin. We didn't see Misha, Nicola. We didn't see Tyra and Carmela. So yeah, guys, that's the end. I'm sorry. I know I promised a recap, a live video, but I just could not get over Sheila's mom's passing. Like, that just really messed me up. So anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be back on tomorrow and Tuesday to do The Other Way. So I love you guys, and I'll see y'all, man.